Hey there, good morning. I wanted to get on live real quick before I get ready for work so I can give you a recap of the super weekend that I just participated in. If you were paying attention over the weekend, you know that I drove to Clearwater on Friday to attend their Super Friday event that had Carl Deichler there. And then I went to Orlando's Super Sunday event yesterday. So a full weekend getting to see friends and actually spent the day on Sunday with my family in St. Pete. So a great, great, great weekend for me. And I just wanted to give you the details on what Beachbody announced and honestly give like my opinion of it just to be real about everything that was announced. And if you follow other coaches on social media, maybe you've seen it, but not necessarily seen their thoughts on it. So I'm going to start with the two Shakeology flavors because those actually launched today. The two new flavors are vegan vanilla and vegan cafe latte. And honestly, were not that much of a surprise. Like, me and another coach totally called it when we were trying to figure out what they might be um, when we were speaking like Thursday night or something. He's the coach that I stayed with in Orlando. So, vegan vanilla has been a request, I think, even before like regular vanilla was launched, or especially when regular vanilla was launched, and that was like 3 years ago or something. Um, and then cafe latte has honestly been a pretty popular flavor since that launched last year. So again, not too much of a surprise that they would launch a vegan version of it. And no, you do not need to be vegan to drink a vegan shake. The vegan tropical strawberry is actually one of my favorite flavors, right behind the regular chocolate. And I love it because it's like the one flavor I feel I could eat straight from the bag. Like the powder itself is just that yummy. So if you do have issues with lactose, if you're lactose intolerant, the whey gives you issues, whatever, you do have the vegan flavors as an option for you. And I obviously haven't tasted them yet, so I can't speak to the taste. I will say, and I say this in regards to the regular vanilla, so my message isn't going to change for the vegan one. I'm going to assume it's kind of the same. If you like vanilla in general, you're going to like the vanilla flavors. Like if you're the kind of person who likes vanilla ice cream, then you will like vanilla Shakeology and or the vanilla vegan. I am quite the chocoholic. Like if vanilla ice cream is my only option, I'm the kind who is going to definitely top it with like chocolate syrup, swirl it all together. So I'm essentially eating, chocolate ice cream. Like that's just my thing. So vanilla vegan, quite honestly, is not necessarily my favorite flavor or the vanilla in general, just because I'm not a huge fan of vanilla, period. But vanilla is very, very versatile. I've been told it can be mixed with like practically everything. For me, it still just tastes like the vanilla is still there, even when you do mix it with other stuff. But again, that's just personal preference. If in general you like vanilla, you will love the vanilla flavors. And cafe latte, I don't imagine the taste of it being much different than the regular one. And the cafe latte flavor is really good. It's just a nice coffee shake. And the main reason I'm not on that one regularly, I just chose to go back to doing my regular chocolate, is because, again, of me being an absolute chocoholic. And the cafe latte flavor isn't quite as versatile as the chocolate flavor is, but the taste of it is very, very yummy. And one of the things that they announced along with the two new flavors are two ingredients that are being added to it. And I'm still trying to figure out if it's being added to all of the formulas or just these two vegan ones. But one of the ones is the chaga mushroom, which I've heard so much about, especially through the Model Health Show with Sean Stevenson. He talks about a chaga coffee that he drinks practically every day, and his wife really, really loves it. But chaga is a mushroom, and I've always been sort of hesitant because I'm not a mushroom fan, and I'm like, I can't imagine drinking a mushroom. And I know like Shakeology already has a couple of other different mushroom varieties in it, but it's one of those things like out of sight, out of mind, because it's all ground up into a powder. You don't see it, so it's not like you're eating a mushroom. So I'm sure it's going to be the same as chaga, which has a huge amount of health benefits to it, including being really high in antioxidants. And then the other one that's being added to the formula is matcha, which is like a really concentrated green tea. I've had matcha tea before with honey. It's a pretty yummy tea to drink, actually. And again, it's just, its nutrients or whatever are very concentrated. So it's an additional healthy boost to an already healthy formula. And again, I'm still trying to figure out whether or not it got added to all of the formulas, because there's now going to be 9 flavors, or if right now it's just in the 2 new vegan ones that they announced. But so that's the Shakeology announcements. And if you've been waiting for a vanilla vegan, or if you've been waiting for a vegan cafe latte, hit me up. I will be happy to hook you up with them. And then the other announcements were 2 different programs. And again, I'm going to go with the one that's launching first. And that is UV2 with Leandro Carvalho, I think is how you say his last name. And Leandro is the creator of Brazil Butt Lift, which is one of the older, more classic Beachbody programs. And he is such like a crazy funny guy, very, very, very high energy. And this program is really like a beginner's program. And one of the things that I like about it in the promo is that they show, I mean, and I hate distinguishing people by size, but I'm going to say it. You know, they show a lot of people that are plus sized within the workout video. And I honestly think that's fantastic. It is a dance workout set to, you know, some of his favorite hits, like, you know, Good Vibrations and stuff like that. So the music seems to be really upbeat and fun. And I will say, like, would consider myself kind of normal sized or whatever. You know, definitely not your size 2 supermodel, but I wouldn't say that I'm a plus size person either. I'm somewhere in between. And even in programs like Country Heat and things like that, like seeing the women and their crop tops and their flat tummies and whatever, it can kind of, not that it's off-putting per se, but it's also like, I don't necessarily need to see that. So to see, you know, kind of these plus size people, I think is going to really be an inspiration, especially for those who are just beginning in their workout programs. You know, it's going to be nice to see that, like, that mirror of someone who looks like them getting through these workouts. Because, I mean, I love Country Heat. It's one of my favorites. I'm doing another round of it. I can't complain. And yes, I do have some of the dancers that are not necessarily, again, those size 2, who are the more normal size, but I can see how it would be intimidating for someone who's a beginner plus size, someone just beginning their journey, looking at some of the dancers on Country Heat or even size or whatever. So to have that sort of mirror where you've got the plus size dancers for UV2, I really think is kind of a bonus. My humble opinion on that one. And again, that launches May 16th. It's going to be available through the All Access Beachbody On Demand. It didn't sound like they were releasing a DVD program of it, so you would need to have All Access to get to do this program. But again, I would honestly do a round of it just to enjoy the cheesiness that is Leandro, because he just cracks me up. And then the second program, they introduced a new super trainer. And it was funny because when they said that they were introducing a new trainer, everyone was like, well, we know who the new trainer is. It's Megan Davies. She's the one that won the 20s, the reality show that they did last summer. No, like, this is someone totally different. His program will launch at Summit, so it's going to launch in July 12th or 13th. And his name is Chris Downing. And he's apparently a very motivational trainer. He trains beginners, he trains athletes, and by athletes, I'm talking like NFL, NBA players. I just looked up his YouTube channel because I want to be able to learn more about him. And his program is called Shift Shop. It's a 3-week program. And the concept of it is really, really interesting. So in the 3 weeks, you sort of ramp up what you do. The very first week, you've got rounds of workouts, and the rounds are only, a minute of each move. So the workouts are 25 minutes. Then the second week, you add a second round, that's 45 seconds. But again, it's of the same moves. So it's just sort of increasing your endurance. And then the third week, you're adding a third round that's 30 seconds long. Again, of the same moves, but increasing your endurance. And they've got like these tile marker things that you can use to help you during some of the workouts that are used to help with your agility and speed and things like that. And then the nutrition part of it is really interesting as well, because again, the first week, you kind of have an even portion of carbs and your proteins and veggies. And then week 2, kind of decrease the carbs, increase the proteins and veggies. And then week 3, sorry, you can't see my hands moving as well. You again increase your protein, veggies, and you decrease your carbs. So it really gets the fat burning going, and you're supposed to get like amazing results in these 3 weeks. I will honestly have to wait to do this program until I'm in a place that has a bigger workout area, and where my workout surface is stable. Like I've talked about my workout area before. I've shown it before. I work out on a Beachbody jump mat. Then right after that is an area rug. And then right after that is tile. So I'm cautious enough just doing like country heat to make sure I don't trip or slide on the different surfaces. I can't imagine doing the moves that they're doing in the workout on the surface area that I currently have. And especially with laying down these little activity tiles or agility tiles or whatever they were called, mine would have to be way too close together for it to necessarily be effective. So I will wait until I'm in a different location, I think, to try this workout. That's just my own opinion. And honestly, like, I'm not all about the intense, high impact workouts. That's just me. So like the workout isn't necessarily my jam per se, but I would definitely give it a try just because Chris Downing looks like he's a great trainer, and you could just tell within the video that they showed how he is so motivational. And if that is your thing, like, he trains athletes, is a very athlete sort of inspired program, but he does say within it that it's for everybody. It can be for beginners. And they did show that they have modifiers in the workout. Then again, ask me about it. I'm more than happy to give you the details. So those were the big announcements this weekend. Wanted to give you that quick recap so that you know what's going on. If you've got questions, feel free to comment. Feel free to message me. I will be happy to answer them for you. And again, just to sort of recap the recap, we've got the 2 Shakeology flavors. Vegan vanilla, vegan, oh, I didn't mean to do it that way. Vegan vanilla, vegan cafe latte, which I'm sure are going to be delicious because both of the flavors already taste good. They just, took the way out of it and added matcha and the chaga, which makes them even that more nutritious, more nutrient dense. And then the 2 new workouts, you've got Leandro's workout that launches within Beachbody On Demand All Access on May 16th, which is a dance workout really for beginners. And then in July during Summit, the Shift Shop, I'm going to really have to enunciate that one, launches there. And that is more athletic inspired, more high intensity training. That ramps up what you're doing during the 3 weeks that you're doing it. So if you've got questions, I've got answers. Feel free to comment or message me. Have a great day, y'all.